Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Holy crap. What were you doing while I was gone? Dropping bits? Dropping some gift subs? Thank you so much. Wow. I love y'all. And seriously, thank you, 3Hems, for gifting a sub. Thank you for everybody who dropped some bits. I guess we can ban Blasphemous Roar in the future. Team Murdoch, thank you for resubscribing. I very much appreciate it all. This is my main gig, although there is an opportunity that may be opening up for me later. Don't want to spoil just in case it doesn't happen. But, like, all of the support that you have given is fantastic. Jake Monroe, thank you for gifting a sub as well. Oh my gosh. Seriously, you all rock. You know who else rocks our next GM? Wait. I gotta make sure. Crappy, are you taking us to the correct place? Crappy, where are you going? Watch out! There's a cursed house. Whoa! Okay, no need to stress too much. Well, everybody, thank you again for all of the love. Thank you for just being silly people in chat. I love it all, and I very much appreciate it. This video game tournament that we have is a blind tournament. The players haven't played it before. However, our GMs usually have. So say hello to the GM giving out the game for today. For our third match, we have Tempestrol. Tempestrol, come in here so I can yell at you a bunch. Come on. Oh my gosh, Kreese, thank you for the gift sub as well. Much love. Hello, Tempestrol.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, going great. It's been a while since I've been able to yell at you in person. So, yeah, how are you doing?
Oh, great. That's a good way to start off this match. I'm doing all right. I've had a kind of an up and down last 2 weeks, but today's an up, so.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm glad. Today is an up. I actually really enjoy watching this game. Oh my gosh, Wizardman tonight and God Empress and Yugi. Thank you all so much. Yeah, we're just gonna be flooded with emotes for a little while, Tempestrol. Now, this game that you're giving out, it's actually one we've had in Kusogrand8 before.
Yeah, the nice thing about having been a GM already is I can reuse all my previous games. And look, I was gonna give out, well, it was going to be a repeat, but it was going to be a classic. I was going to give out a game that I owned as a kid that's a quote-unquote classic and quote-unquote isn't that bad. And that's not true, but, you know, the competitors can believe what they think. But it got beat out anyways because we have really strong competitors in this match who have played a bunch of games. So today I'm giving out good old reliable Socks the Cat Rocks the Hill.
Oh my gosh, it's Bill Clinton's cat! I went and found a different picture because I thought this was a pretty good one. Cat coming out of the saxophone, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, thank you again for everybody who's gifting subs and just being silly over there. I want to talk about you. Kiss and Chew, thank you for all the gift subs. But I gotta focus on the game because we've got to get over to it. We've got 1 hour of players playing Socks the Cat Rocks the Hill. Whoever makes the most progress takes first. Whoever comes in last, they only get 2 points, but they're still not eliminated. There's a lot of fun to be had here with Socks the Cat. So, yeah, Tempestrol, talk to me a little bit. How have you been doing? Has anything exciting been going on in life? Anything, any major fun or not fun? Anything?
Nothing particularly exciting. I'm excited to go to, I'm going to a convention. I'm going to Fertile Equinox in Toronto.
Oh, sweet.
In March, which is going to be a good time.
Good. I'll be going to Texas Furry Fiesta in March, but...
Yeah, I think they're on the same weekend, so anyone who I've asked you said, hey, are you going to Fertile Equinox? They're like, no, TFF is the same weekend. But...
Yeah, that might not be the best planning, but hey.
Oh, well, it is what it is. I mean, this happens every time I try and schedule a license-a-thon. It's like, oh, what's the, hey, can we run it on this weekend? Oh, no, ESA Summer is on? Okay, how about this weekend? Oh, you mean Midwest Midwest Speed Fest or whatever is on, and oh, how about this weekend? Oh, GDQ is on. Sick. We can't run any summer weekend. It's just, it's gonna happen when you have such a big scene.
Yeah. No, I've tried to do scheduling for speedrun stuff, and yeah, it's always gonna be the case that something will interact or will be on the same weekend. In fact, there have been times that we've looked specifically in Big Bad Gameathon where, like, we finally found a weekend, we get it scheduled, and immediately somebody's like, oh, it's the same weekend as blank, and we're like, we looked, we researched.
Yep.
Or, like, 2 or 3 days after actually getting it officially scheduled, there's another announcement of another marathon happening that same weekend, and it's like, oh, that's fine. But
the worst feeling is when you plan ahead and you're early to the punch, and then a larger, more notable event happens the same weekend, and they announce after you, and it doesn't matter. That feels bad. Like, I know these people have a larger following than me. This happens with GDQ to us, where we'll go, okay, we want to. Yep, because the past few years they haven't announced their next event like right away because they've been trying to secure like hotel or whatever. And okay, fine. So it means that we get to beat them to the punch. But then they announce, and it's like, well, people are obviously following them more than they're following me. So
yeah, and
I get it.
Yeah, I completely understand. Like, it's just one of those weird frustrations that you have to deal with in speedrunning, and that's fine. We'll deal with it.
Yeah.
Well, who isn't gonna deal? Socks the cat. Cats don't care.
Nope. Also, yeah, people are saying, hey, Seth is in this. Yeah, Seth is the reason I had to, 2 of my games were vetoed. One classic, quote-unquote classic, was vetoed. I know it's a classic, doesn't matter. You'll find out what it was soon enough if I get to give it out. And then I tried to give an extremely rude game, and I couldn't give that one out either, so I gave out this one. The notes that Doughwolf gave me when he tested this game for Kuso 6 were, this would be rude for round 1. So... here it is.
Wow. Yeah, I'm checking right now to make sure that the players take the pictures off of the screen so that we don't have anything over it, but I think that we had everybody in the right place, and wow. Oh my gosh, I hate this cat. I forgot how annoying this stupid cat is. However, the actual cat is cute and doesn't look stupid. It's just stupid in this game. Do they need to change any options, or are they going with default options here?
They are not supposed to change options.
Okay.
I really like when a game is frustrating enough on the default skill, so I don't have to tell them to adjust anything. Makes it a lot easier for us.
Okay, well, they are all ready to begin, so what would be good emotes for chat to spam? I think they already have a few in mind.
Hats, socks, hills,
Bill Clinton.
rock, Bill Clinton, a saxophone,
Oh,
any
saxophone.
political figure or caricature from 20 years ago.
Or whatever from yesterday. If you've got a Nancy Pelosi emote, whatever, go ahead and use it. Oh, and I will start our timer as soon as I see movement in the first stage. Spam all of those. Oh, we've got Faizu. Yeah, obviously, Faizu.
Yeah, Faizu.
Yeah, maybe we should make a Faizu game.
All right, so this game, I actually had to replay this game like an hour ago or 45 minutes ago to try and remember what was so bad about it, and I immediately remembered. It's the movement. The movement is awful. It's so awful and slippery and imprecise, and the jump is floaty. God, it's just not fun. And there's a run, and the running feels awful because it makes Sox's sprite wider.
Okay,
but that also changes where the center of his sprite is, and so the region where they check to see whether you're on a platform changes.
Yeah.
And so it becomes much harder. It feels like you have negative coyote time, just like the last game I gave out, the Hulk.
Yeah, Seth managed to make a jump up onto this platform, but was struggling. I don't know how precise it is, but it's too precise.
Yeah, that you can make that jump. Now, there's an easier way to do this that I didn't tell them, which is that if you jump while right next to those hanging ropes, you'll swing off of them. But I didn't tell them that because I didn't tell people that the first time we ran this game, and people did figure it out.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun when the players have to do the very possible but extremely obnoxious jumps. Seth is making a mistake here, which is trying to fight. Massive waste of time.
Yeah,
Don't
that
even try.
seems like a very bad idea. I also love that, like, this game is implying that every single time you get hurt, you literally die.
Yeah, you lose a life. Cats have 9 lives, don't you know?
Well, apparently.
It's funny because it's supposed to be like, oh, okay, you took damage and you have, like, that's your health, which it functionally is because you have continues. I think it's 3 continues. I don't remember how many it is. There's no passwords. There's a certain number of continues, and then it's back to the beginning of the game after that. It's very typical.
Perfectly reasonable for a platformer for the Super Nintendo. At least you can collect fish and get quote-unquote extra lives / health. Everybody knows when a fish gets eaten by a cat, the cat gets an extra life. That's just science. A Utah fact right there, if you will. Fish is cat extra lives.
Yeah, that's normal. Well, there you go. 2 credits left. Why would you not continue? Well, I guess you could just not continue because it's like, why waste to continue on this stage?
Yeah, if you're on the first stage and it doesn't take too long to get through the opening cutscenes, just go ahead and do it. If the cutscenes are long, you probably would want to delay a little bit. And someone on the bottom right is fighting a boss. Who is this?
This is Ross Perot. And so Buster Curry and someone are both fighting Ross Perot. This is the one, I will give Kaneko USA credit for this. As a Canadian, I don't know a lot of American political figures already. If they're not like on national level politics, then I'm not gonna know who they are. And I'm also only 27 years old, so I had no idea who Ross Perot was. But all the other figures, all the other political figures were very clearly indicated by like their one signature thing. I knew immediately. I do know what Bill Clinton looks like, but if I didn't, I would be able to tell you who it was because he's playing the saxophone. I know Jimmy Carter owned a peanut farm. I don't know why I know that, but he throws peanuts when he shows up. I knew Gerald Ford because he had this thing where he fell down the stairs out of Air Force One. Which is really funny.
Socks the Cat literally killed Ross Perot. Fantastic. Buster Curry and someone
nice. And the world was done a good favor.
Well, possibly.
And with Ross Perot dead, Bill Clinton now wins the presidency over George Bush. And history is altered forever. That's what I get out of that. I was thinking more because he's a billionaire. I have no stake in American politics. I'm not a voter.
That's fair enough. Yeah, with that said, oh my gosh, this is an election year, and now you're making me think about that, and I want to forget. Let's go back to cats.
Next year's, someone figured out the ropes. I just saw someone's PewDiePie figured out the ropes. I know Buster Curry is trying to figure out the ropes because they asked earlier. Yeah, see, they're jumping towards them. They asked earlier, oh, can we watch the there it is. They figured it out. They were saying earlier, oh, can we watch the track mode? And I said, yeah, of course, it's Intel, right? That's good practice in general.
Yep.
And I know they were paying attention because they just tried to swing on the ropes unsuccessfully, but they did figure it out. So that'll be handy later. Here's more. Yeah.
That is
something
something
high,
that
you bounce
we
off the ceiling.
always recommend. You know, there are a few things before starting a match that you should do while preparing. Watch the attract mode. Make sure that your controls are set correctly. Check out the options. Even if you aren't allowed to change any, looking at them to see, what they say. Sometimes they'll tell you what buttons do or have various pieces of information. You should check that out. If you get a manual, look through it. You don't have to do a thorough reading, but there will often be pieces of information in there that will help you out. Yeah, basically, if it's given to you, at least look at it. It's information. It's free information. Yeah.
Although in this game, you don't get a manual because this game was never released.
That's true, but you did give them a list of controls.
I did give them a list of controls. I didn't tell them how to swing. but it's not that hard to figure out. I think everyone's going to at some point. It's not necessary, is the thing. It's just really obnoxious if you don't know.
Now, I will say there's a very big reason why Socks the Cat became popular. I mean, look at this freaking cat.
Adorable cat.
Absolutely adorable. And honestly, if this cat... Nope, not gonna make that joke. That would be a little insensitive.
Now I'm really curious. I have to know.
Oh, I was gonna say...
Folks, cancel this man.
Yeah, just cancel me without me saying it, okay? That's fine. We'll go ahead and...
He thought something rude.
Fine, okay, this is rude. I was gonna say, if this cat started a war, I'd be all for it. There. Yeah, I know. I know it's not okay. That humor is not okay.
No, it's okay. I don't know. It's so patently ridiculous that it's like I can't.
Richard Nixon.
I think anyone who's taking you seriously on that one, that's their fault. And yeah, here's Richard Nixon. I mean, I could tell just from the way he looks, but also, you know, the peace signs, and he's firing missiles.
Literally, I don't think. I would say that like a 5-year-old could draw Richard Nixon, and you would know who it is. He's just so recognizable. Socks the Cat has officially murdered Richard Nixon as well. This cat has no chill.
This cat is doing a lot of good for the world.
Honestly, Richard Nixon did a lot of stuff that, like, yeah, he probably should have gone to maybe at least like received a little more punishment for, but he also is the biggest reason why we have a lot of national parks here in the US. Like, he did a lot of really decent conservation stuff, okay? And without...
Fair enough, and that may be true. I only know the abridged end-of-life summary because, again, Canadian, too young to be born in that era.
Yeah, we, like, would not have as many national parks if not for Richard Nixon. So there's one good thing. But yeah, the spying on everybody, all of the spying was kind of a little not okay.
Yeah, he did a great job of making parks a thing while also outlying criminalizing marijuana as a targeted attempt to destabilize the black community.
Everybody was trying to do that. That was the politics in the US. It was terrible, okay? You can't blame one person for like 50, like what 100 million people were trying to do. It takes a lot to get... Yeah. But with that said, it's still not a good thing. Anyways, blah, blah, blah,
He did
blah,
also,
blah.
yeah, also notable, he did commit literal treason. Did he not?
How do you define treason in this case?
I'm afraid there is a law book that defines it. My definition is unimportant.
Well, I don't have the law book, so your definition is extremely important, Tempestrel.
I'm just reading chat.
Oh, okay.
Blame chat. Chat said that he committed treason.
He sabotaged peace talks during Vietnam. Okay. I'm not
Awesome.
sure if that's necessarily treason as much as being a warmonger, but...
I think this is what the kids call based.
No, shut up, Tempestrel. That
is not how the kids use the term? I don't know how the kids are using terms these days.
That's not based. That is cringe, if anything, okay? Seriously. Stopping peace talks, that is cringe.
I'm sorry. I came in here, I'll be real, I haven't eaten and I have a cider with me and I'm feeling a little loopy and I'm kind of here feeling like I am going to cause mischief. But you know what? I should be careful about how I cause mischief. This game is enough.
Yeah,
Cringe
honestly,
is bad. Cringe is bad.
Yeah, don't be Richard Nixon, okay? Like, here's the deal. I would say in 98% of cases, cringe culture is dead. However, Richard Nixon, still cringe. There you go.
Hashtag Richard Nixon is cringe.
I'm gonna tweet that out right now.
Richard. I'm trying to find like a good like a way to like substitute the word cringe as his name, and it's not working. It's not coming out well.
Okay.
I'm gonna abandon this train of thought.
Cringe culture is dead. hashtag except for Nixon, hashtag Richard Nixon is still cringe. Send tweet. There we go.
So
Okay.
now that we've gotten that out of the way, 11 minutes in, I'm going to avoid talking about American politics as much as I humanly can for the rest of the stream.
Yeah,
because it's not going well.
it's an election year. You're banned from talking about that for now.
Hey, it's going to be an election for us next year. I get it. I totally understand.
Yeah, but yeah, it's stupid. But with that said, we can all say for sure that this cat should have been elected president.
I don't know if I'd vote for him based on this game. He seemed like a really charming and handsome fellow.
He can jump
the
better
photograph
than me.
that you showed. He can jump. He can probably swing better than either of us.
Oh yeah. Like this picture, bam, insta win. I vote for the cat.
No, instant win. Like, right. So based on this game, I'm not voting for this cat. Right. But the photograph, S tier. Fantastic. Great photograph. What a charming fellow. I would trust him as my Secretary of State.
I don't know. Like, I would say that I actually want things done, but then when things get done, I'm like, I wish things didn't get done. Oh.
Yeah, you gotta be careful what you wish for, right? There's, hashtag get things done, but also, like, don't get bad things done, please.
No, not those things. Yeah.
Yeah. Get real things done, please.
Why do the water drip? Okay, first off, water drips hurting? Stupid. Water drips
hurting?
Killing
bad
you?
Trope. Bad
Stupid.
trope.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let's talk about the things that this game does that every other game in the 90s did and that were all bad. But this game also suffers from the same problem, so it's deserving of the same criticism, okay?
What, all of the stuff in the foreground? Okay, slippery
all the
controls.
Stuff in the foreground, slippery controls, the awkward attacks, the enemies, when one of the things I love that you've probably noticed already, the viewers might have already noticed, is that, when the enemies, if you hit an enemy towards a wall, and it'll bounce off the wall, and it can come back and hit you, and even if it's flashing with iframes, it can still damage you. A lot of games will make it so that when you're damaging an enemy, or when an enemy is damaging you, you can't, hurt each other. And this game doesn't do that. This game, an enemy you've just attacked who is bouncing backwards can ricochet off a wall and hit you and can end an entire run. So you have to be careful. A lot of stuff coming from off-screen, traps that activate, like these spiders or water droplets that are set to go off at really inopportune moments. It's difficulty based on goofy nonsense and not based on like giving your character actual interesting abilities or controls. And this is the kind of game that drives me nuts because it's like, oh, I could be having a good time, but it's fundamentally the problem is
the thing is like everything that you're struggling with isn't because it was designed well, it's because specifically, if they would have changed this, if they would have changed that other thing, this would actually be fun. And like the thing is, you shouldn't be fighting the controls,
No, exactly, right? The game should be hard because and look, this is hard to do, okay? I'm fully willing to acknowledge that. But the game should be difficult because it has interesting design challenges, and not because it is difficult to actually get your character to do things. There's the reason why Bennett Foddy's games are the way they are, because he deliberately violates this principle to create a sort of shockingly difficult game.
Yep.
There's also a reason why a lot of people don't enjoy playing that sort of game, like Getting Over It. It's the point of the game, but even Getting Over It knows how to help the player out in certain scenarios.
Oh yeah. Quap, again, another Bennett Foddy thing, absolutely intentional, and the absurd difficulty of just doing the very basic controls of a character. That's what the game is about. If the game is about your specific flawed mechanic, you're doing it right. There's a principle that we talked about when I was doing improv professionally, that specifically consider the rules like a speed limit. You can get away with going a little bit over the speed limit, right? But as soon as you start getting like 10, 15 miles per hour over, you're in danger. You're going to get pulled over and stopped and questioned, and you might not be able to drive anymore. That's the same thing with a lot of rules there. You know, you can break some rules, but you have to know how to do it, and you have to take into consideration going overboard, and if you're going to go overboard, then it has to be in a very specific place that does not have police officers driving around, okay?
Yeah. I think it's funny that the, I don't know what era your car is from, but, okay, 1 second. I'm gonna pause this train of thought and point out that Someone 325 is on a level that I actually am shocked we're seeing this early. So these lasers go on a timer, and the timer is not, to the best of my knowledge, synced up with these platforms. And so someone is having to do a really particular kind of jump to get through the lasers. Oh my goodness. And the way that the camera scrolls in this area too, it's basically the platforms will just push you straight into an active laser, and it's really hard to get onto the platforms and then off of them again in the period where the laser is deactivated. So it's basically force damage, but then they put these fish here. Oh, that's really unfortunate.
No, and you fall through the
really
platform every time you get hit. Oh, this is so good.
Yeah. Oh, man.
By the way, if you wonder who...
Obvious problems.
Yeah, the developer of this game, by the way, Real Time Associates, this was the... Oh, yeah, apparently they somehow re-released or got this released in 2018. I don't know exactly what. No, maybe that's just when, like, people found out about it and it became available online.
No, so it was known about before that. Basically, there was a Kickstarter. There was a company who makes... I don't know if Real Time Associates is the developer of this or if they are the re-release people. I should look this up again. There's a company that does, like, re-releases of old games. And this is actually the version that they released. They did like a Kickstarter and like a limited run release of a cartridge with some like patched up stuff, because when this game was found, like a dev card of this was found, and it was in pretty bad shape apparently. Like the game was not, like, it had like game breaking bugs and like crashes and stuff, so they patched it up, and that's what this is. And they sold it in like some limited release format. So I don't know if you can actually get a cart of this, but it's the only version that's ever been like made publicly released. The version that came on the old original development cart is, to my knowledge, still lost media, but I also understand that you wouldn't want to play it.
As far as I can tell, like, some of the people who worked on this were employees of Real Time Associates for other games. So, like, as far as I'm aware, yes, it was Real Time Associates that developed the original game here. I mean, one of the programmers worked on Warlock for Super Nintendo, or Real Monsters, which I personally really hate that game. I think that it is ugly looking and shouldn't have been released. The music composer David Govett, though, worked on a lot of games, including the cinematography for The Seventh Guest.
Really? That's interesting. That game had a pretty big production budget.
Honestly, I love that game. Like, there are some BS puzzles in it, but it's been so long since I played. Oh, do we get a
It just makes me wish I was playing Myst, is the thing.
I like the set. Like, I'll say Myst.
I should give it more of a shot. It's a very different kind of game.
It's a very different type of puzzles, and like, it's been so long that I should really give it a decent shot, but I never beat it. I beat Myst as a kid, but that's because we had a guide.
Yeah, it's funny. I only came into the Myst series with the third game, and it's the one that I hear is like consistently the easiest and the worst, which is funny because I really liked that game. And then I played 1 and 2, and those are also really good.
Yeah, I need to go and beat all of the other games in the Myst series. I've only beaten the first one, and I haven't really played any of the others.
Myst is full of inscrutable bull, and I don't agree with that. I actually think the puzzles in Myst are some of the best. I feel like they're genre defining, to be honest.
I feel like the
thing I really like about Myst is that they give you, it's not just a bunch of like random like logic puzzles. It's or like random like Sierra like moon logic stuff. It's, hey, these people from this dead world used these tools at one point, and now you have to reverse engineer how they work. Which I think is kind of interesting.
And
that speaks to the way I think maybe.
It actually works. Like pretty much every puzzle in Myst, there are clues around. You're not going to have to brute force anything. If you're brute forcing it, you're missing something.
I will say,
you might say you missed it.
You missed it. You might say you missed it.
Yeah.
I will say, I think the sound area and the maze in the sound area, I have never been able to do that myself. I will say that one is the exception for me. The rest of Myst 1, I feel like I can do pretty well, but the sound one, don't love that.
Yeah,
Seth is getting bodied by these birds.
Honestly, that's birds for you. Birds are jerks in video games. You know who else is a jerk? Us, because, you know, these players, they didn't have to play for us, but we opened the tournament, they signed up, and they are providing a lot of good entertainment. And we also have some referees who, you know, the silent heroes behind the scenes. The referees for this match specifically, we've got Nakarashi Yuge, Jerry Eris, and Redford, with Sober Dwarf being a backup, helping them out, and honestly, it's because of them that I have any idea who's in the lead. You know, Someone325 is at level 4, but Buster Curry also made it there right now. What is this, radioactive goop? Hey, Seth Highwood made it there as well.
I don't know what the deal is with the radioactive goo. I'm trying to remember who the boss is at the end of this one. You'd think it was someone who had like nuclear policies, but I don't think it is. I'm trying to remember who boss 3 is the radioactive goo. Who is this? Might be Jimmy Carter.
Okay.
What was that? Do you have a swarm of bees in your office?
No, I laughed. That was me. Oh, that was me doing like
Discord
laugh.
messed up, and you sounded really fuzzy. You sounded like Jevil from.
What happened to Seth Highwood's camera?
Oh, yeah. Well, sucks to suck, I guess. Seth got clipped into a wall. This happens sometimes. Polk had this happen to them when they played this game.
Well, hey everybody,
I say sucks
welcome.
to suck, but it's really not Seth's problem.
Welcome to Kusogrand8. We'll see if Seth can manage to recover from this. Yeah, my big question is that a soft lock? Welcome to Kusogrand8. At the same time, this game is one of those that will absolutely keep sending you back to the beginning over and over. So honestly, a soft lock at that point could be an advantage, because that means Seth has a chance to get through these earlier levels with fewer deaths, get through them with more continues, and get to the later levels with an advantage in that way. So I wouldn't necessarily say that soft lock is going to negatively affect Seth Highwin's placement here.
This game is pretty fast to get through when you know what you're doing. Granted, this is also the kind of game where the imprecision of the controls will really punish you. Right, so if you try and rush, oh, now I'm getting screwed because I'm being uncautious. At the same time, this game's pretty generous with its health. Like, you can find goldfish pretty frequently, and you move really fast when you run. So if you have got a good grasp on the early stages, it's not that hard to catch up, and these are all strong competitors. Someone just joined. Hey.
Hey, Polk.
Oh yeah, I meant to say, feel free to pop in because I gave you this game in Kuso 6. Yeah.
Yes. So that brings back so many memories.
So please talk about this game.
Oh, this was one heck of a trip here. Like, as you mentioned here, the controls are wacky as heck. The physics are suggestions, because yes, glitching for that bloody happened to me. Guess I got lucky. I was able to get inside of it, but I don't blame you, Seth. I don't blame Seth to want to just hop out.
Yeah, because I think you can, in certain scenarios, I believe you can get out of the wall. It doesn't like lock you in there. The collision is actually just one way, but you have to actually find your way out. And some of the levels are just not designed in such a way where you can find your way back in bounds.
If there's a way in, there's certainly a way out. Did that happen?
Now, technically, there is a timer that if people were really far into the game, they could wait out, but my assumption is that's going to use up a continue, and it's a 10-minute timer. Like, nobody wants to sit around for that.
Yeah, it's like the Sonic timer. You don't want to wait for the entire time to run out. Look at Seth just annihilated Ross Perot, though. Using triple bounces, very, very good.
Yeah, like, honestly, I think, especially for the first half hour of the match, the players are learning the controls. They're learning how to get through the BS platforming in this game. And going back to the beginning of the game, that early on, it's not going to hurt nearly as much as it seems.
No, I have full faith in Seth on this one.
Oh, yes.
Which is why I was comfortable sending the perish meme in the channel. You clicked out of bounds, then perish.
Yes, as far as the green goo that you mentioned a bit earlier here, I think it's green ink for printing money. The whole stage, the whole theme of that area is all about printing money.
I'm dumb.
Oh,
you're right.
It's ink. Okay. Oh, so this is.
Oh, so it's all green.
Wait, this is political commentary. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is it like the mint has to print money somehow, or well?
No, you're not allowed to print money. No.
I'm trying to remember if it's actually the mint now. In Canada, we have the mint, but the mint produces coins. They don't produce paper bills. I'm trying to remember the name of the organization that produces paper bills. I've been to both, is the thing, and I did both tours, and I don't remember now.
Yeah, let's see who the boss is, and then we can, like, if it ends up being Ronald Reagan, then
it's the Democratic Mule.
Wait, we have to. It's a donkey, first off, and second off,
a donkey. Oh, okay.
Bill Clinton was a Democrat. Why are we fighting?
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's really funny to me.
The elephant shows up later.
Yeah, do we get the elephant later?
Yes.
Why are we like? Okay.
They ran out of ideas.
I appreciate it. I appreciate fighting the mascot of your own party. However, I feel like if this actually got released, people would have something to say about this being a boss in a Socks the Cat game.
I mean, when it got released, there were reviews, and people said, like, some of the reviews were like, why are we fighting these various like Richard Nixon and Bill Clinton were for completely different eras. And like somebody pointed out, like, why Ross Perot? Like, I get that he was there, but like people found it weird that he was included alongside all the other actual presidents. Although, if you want to be like, if they're being nonpartisan, Ross Perot was an independent, so they've got all three sides. They've got the Democrats, the Republicans, and the most successful independent runner-up in American history.
It's true. Representation. There we go. Like, that's like if you had a game with Joe Biden's dog just going around biting Secret Service agents, and then you fought Jill Stein. That's essentially what this game is, okay?
That would be funny.
That'd be just a color swap, color swap. That's it, that's all.
I want a version of
right?
I want a version of that game. Get Down, Mr. President, where it's like Hitman, but instead you have to like save. You have to like tackle the president to stop assassins from shooting him. It's actually pretty fun. But I want a version of that game where instead you tackle Joe Biden to keep him awake.
Oh my God!
It's the anti-Hitman.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
He said keep him awake. Keep him awake, not away. No.
No, awake, to keep him from falling asleep.
Whoops. Hey.
Sir, you're on national TV, sir.
Uh-oh. Crap. get me off of TV.
Get me out.
Oh, yeah, thank you for.
Yeah, well, hey everybody!
Curry's
it
in
looks
first
like
place.
Buster Curry is in first place per our chat. Thank you so much for helping to keep everything running and help us know what the crap is going on. You know, we're trying to stop those money printers over in Washington from just like, you can't just print money and have it work. Why is the cat on fire? I feel so sad.
Well, that's because they're turning lead into gold with paint gold.
Oh, okay. You know what? That actually... So, funny story. Yeah, I grew up Mormon, and if you didn't know, the founder of the religion actually started his own bank as well. Who would have guessed that? Not only that, but in the bank they had treasure chests full of coins, except wait a second. No, it was just a thin layer of coins on top of rocks. Yeah, like, there was some pretty wild fraud in the 1800s by religious leaders. I mean, then again, there's plenty of that happening right now.
I love hearing about like old like fraud cases because there's you get this, just like the most Looney Tunes plots that work because we don't have like good analysis tools. Like the science isn't there. We don't have like DNA evidence, and so you just get these hilarious. Like you see the kinds of goofy stuff that the Wile E. Coyote does in Roadrunner, and you think maybe that would work, right?
Yeah,
Possible.
yeah.
Or like, what is it in it's one of the Batman. Is it Batman Forever where like the one of the dudes has like one of the villains is like, oh, I removed my fingerprints using the acid from pineapples, and it's like, what? But would that have worked at the time? Surely they had DNA evidence.
How long do you leave your fingers in the pineapple juice?
It's a ridiculous concept. I'm trying to remember who this was now. It was absolutely in a Batman film, I think. Was this in Bible Man? Bro, do you know Bible Man?
What?
Like,
I feel like
yeah, what?
I do. That seems
Bible Man
vaguely
is so
familiar.
Bible Man is like a direct, like home to video or like a direct to video, like VHS series about a Batman knockoff called Bible Man. It's really funny.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of Christian media didn't quite make it into the Mormon world.
Oh, fair enough.
Because it was too, like, not Mormon.
Right, yeah, because I guess
Not
it's
Mormon
like
enough.
Mormonism is Christianity, but it's different enough that you've got your own like media pipeline.
It's just so subtext.
And by you mean not me, okay?
No, sorry, not me. Sorry, you, the general you. The Mormons have their own like media pipeline that is different from say like the Protestant media pipeline.
Well, I mean, come on, the religion literally. The religion literally had a broadcasting company that trademarked something called Heartfeel, which was essentially a strategy to make people like watching media feel it in their heart that they needed to follow something. Like it's
awesome.
Or was it Heartthink? It was something like that.
Heartthink. And it was. Yeah,
so, let me just
okay.
say, after people discovered that on their website and shared screenshots of it, they kind of removed that part from their website, bragging about Heartthink.
Heartthink. That sounds like a Hypnospace Outlaw page.
I know, right?
Like Beef Brain right next to Heartthink. They have links to each
Heartthink.
other's. They have links to each other's pages. Also, for all the people who are talking about the Bible Man DOS game in chat, yeah, none of you go look that up. I'm gonna use that.
That'd be possible.
Y'all got a promise. Y'all got a pinky promise. You're not gonna look at that game.
Don't steal my ideas.
But yeah, we're 35. No, go ahead. We're 35 minutes into the match. Buster Curry has a pretty good shot at making some progress here. Did Buster beat the donkey? I don't think so.
Yes.
Oh,
yes, he did.
Oh, they did. Okay.
I'm glad that someone's paying
Oh,
attention.
yes. Next.
Ah, there he is. It's Gerald Ford falling down the stairs of Air Force One.
Oh my gosh.
That's the joke here. This is one of the other ones I didn't get immediately, and then I looked up who it was supposed to be, or I looked up like American president falling over and saw this video and thought, oh, I have seen it before, but I couldn't. Like, this is like the most obscure like caricature joke that I kind of got. Ross Perot is the odd one out. All the other ones I basically understood.
Yeah,
which I'll give Kaneko credit for.
The unfortunate thing here is that, like, Buster is unfortunately not quite getting the loop. You want to hit him as soon as he's done rolling on the ground, because if so, that prevents him from doing, like, a roll that makes him invincible. He's like Gerald Ford. He can't die while he's rolling. It's canon.
Hilariously, the guy notable for it, and as far as this game is concerned, the guy notable for falling down the stairs is undamageable while falling down the stairs.
I mean, that's his superpower, falling down the stairs.
Damn, that's a rough superpower. That's some like a Young Justice superpower. I
was gonna say like
that's
some
right
Joe
next to Bouncing
Biden
Boy.
superpower.
No, that's falling asleep. That's different.
Well,
I
no,
guess
he
falling down
also
can
fell
happen.
down.
Oh, well, he's old.
Well, yeah,
They're all old.
Like, you expect somebody as old as Joe Biden to fall every now and
Joe
then.
Biden
That's
fell
going to
upstairs?
happen. Yeah, he fell up the stairs, not down.
Oh, that's awesome. Who among us have not done that at some point? Also, Buster Curry set the high water mark. Starting over, they can definitely make it back, but it'll be tricky.
There's time. There's time.
There's time.
The biggest thing is that, like, you just do not want to use your continues too early on, you know? If you have a rough start, it may be worth resetting. Once you're at about 15 minutes left, though, you got to push on. There are only so many resets that you're going to be able to have before you need to have a good run. Yeah.
Now, I want to also congratulate
the layouts. You're able to record much better progress afterwards.
You know, I do appreciate this game bringing up the deficit, because the deficit was a huge problem. People always said, oh, Republicans are the ones who get government to spend less money, and Democrats, they spend more money. But as it turns out, with the various policies, Bill Clinton made it so that there was no deficit. The U.S. was actually making money.
Wow, that's uncommon for a developed country.
Yeah, welcome to every single time a Republican has taken over in the last 50 years, the deficit has shot up, and like it's always been like, okay, time to clean up the mess. At least when it comes to the budget, whenever somebody else takes over. Yeah, Trump let it run a little bit wild. It has not been cleaned up since then, but that's a lot of problems to fix.
Seth, I would right now. Ooh, but they finally figured out you have to push that actual block, because it's not obvious what you need to do here, but you need to be pixel perfect to be just to switch yourself into the pushing position to push that block right into.
Oh, yeah, because you'll just
jump
walk
up.
right past it if you're not standing directly in front of it when you start to push. That's really weird. I feel like they could have just had you hold the attack button or something, you know?
Yeah, but nope. It's weirdly precise.
Yeah, I will say that things are, Chad is clarifying that deficit talk is a little bit misleading, and it's honestly, stuff is way more complicated than just, like, if you try to sum up America's problems in 20 words or less, you can't, no. That's not gonna work. Yeah, and there's a reason people go into economics and stuff. You know what I went into? Not economics. Yeah, I went into English.
No, this is
American
getting
history.
crowded, guys.
I can absolutely describe the American problems in 2 words. Everything's
Man,
Well, we can imagine what the second word was based. I think he said fun. America's fun.
it
Kind
it
of
isn't every
is in
anytime
some
I
ways.
go there, but I'm a tourist. Polk, you're Canadian,
we're
right?
not here. We're just looking. Yeah, the 2 Canadians will call me.
Yeah, there's
commenting on
2
the US
Canadians
game.
that call.
America's fun. That's why our president played the saxophone.
But let's just not go with Plankton's description. That might be problematic.
Kill the donkey! Seth, kill the representative of the Democratic
Let's not be
Party.
ass.
Okay, there we go. What did you say, Polk?
I mean, you know.
Did you just say that he beat that ass?
No, nobody said, please, pull out the feet.
No, it's PG-13. That would get past PG-13.
You can say that
Once.
in PG sometimes.
Yeah, it depends. It really depends.
Yeah, like
I feel like
we're
I feel like the
still.
standards must have changed, though, right?
Yeah, all of you children out there who listen to me just say the butt word, don't say it around your parents, okay? That's my recommendation.
The standards must like change as time goes on, right? Like,
Well,
like
yeah,
what was considered shocking in the past is considered passe now. So I feel like, like
There must
I don't
be
know.
enough that counts as a curse word or what's on the censorship, right?
it's not even cursing. Like, what are we? No, like, go to hell.
Then
You're
what
cursing
cursing?
somebody to go to hell, or damn you. That's cursing them to be damned. Saying a
And
word that
nobody
means
should say that
butt.
stuff.
How is that a curse? Oh, I swear I'm gonna touch that booty. Ooh. Oh, baby.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah, it means donkey. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
a.
so I mean,
Well,
It literally
no,
is not used for curses.
my understanding, I thought an ass was a specific crossbreed of 2 other like equines. I thought it was a specific thing. Like a mule is also a different thing.
No, I'm pretty sure ass is just a donkey. Mules is horse plus donkey.
Yeah,
Yep. Much more
sounds like a wild horse or something. I don't know. It's
No, ass is a
I'm not
donkey.
a horseologist.
Ass is donkey.
I'm not a horseologist. All right. Are you a horseologist?
Yeah.
I'm a horseologist. Ass is donkey.
All right. You heard it here, folks.
And let's not scream about it over a horse.
You heard it here first, folks. Versentia is a horseologist.
Yeah. All
that
right,
on the
we've got
quote sheet.
people saying that I have said that too much. Let's talk about the game. Let's get back to this.
I'd rather not. This game sucks.
Yeah, let's talk about butts instead. Hey.
This game sucks. This game is butts, and also it's poop and fart.
Poop and fart, and
Yeah.
I'm
keeping it
confused
PG.
about the political messages. Are we supposed to kill?
Okay, a long time
Richard
ago, we
Nixon.
were talking about that, and reviewers were also confused. Reviewers found this game very odd. Like, why are we fighting? Like, fighting the Democratic donkey and the Republican elephant are lazy, I guess. But also, like, why are we fighting them? Like, why are we fighting the Democratic donkey as Bill Clinton's cat? Strange. Like, why are we fighting these political opponents, question mark, or in quotations, opponents, who aren't even from the same era as Bill Clinton? It's just sort of strange, you know?
It's weird. This sort of makes little to no sense. Which, you know, we're talking about the cartoon cats chasing after nuclear codes.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, that's
it
true.
Totally makes sense.
We're trying to recover the nuclear codes so that the mice can't shoot nukes. That's the thing.
I think that's actually a good thing for us to be doing. Hey, and
Yeah.
Seth is in a solid second fighting Gerald Ford.
Yeah, hot take.
Beat him
Firing
first.
nukes is bad, and we're trying to prevent it. But like a cat has to do this, and not a person, because it's mice who are trying to fire the nukes. Not a person.
Well, I mean, like, who else?
Reminder.
Do you think anybody is going to trust Bill Clinton saying the mice have the nukes? No.
No, I think people probably didn't trust him after he committed perjury. But
Yeah.
Are we fighting European and Brain at this point?
I'm going to say
I'd also like
that,
to point out
he
that
deserved
Richard
to be
Nixon brought
impeached.
missiles.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Richard Nixon literally brings missiles into his boss fight, but we just deal with him and move on. Where did he get the missiles from?
That's a tricky question.
Here's my hot take. Anybody who commits perjury and lies while they're under oath is not fit to be in office. And I'm going to say literally everybody who does that should be removed from office. You do not lie under oath, okay? That is my standard. You need out.
What if they lied under corn instead of oats?
Oh my gosh. This is stupid.
I shouldn't have given this game out. This has been a disaster. This is the worst stream I think I've ever been a part of. I'm sorry, I can't. That's not fair. I shouldn't say that. This is my fault.
You caused this. You brought it back.
Wait, we're going
Look,
to the Supreme Court on Seth's side? Wait, someone just had an enemy clip through the ground? Wait.
This is first then.
Okay, Seth is solidly... Hey.
Also, okay, hold on. I haven't seen the stage before. We got to talk about these visuals. What the hell is going on with these weird gradients? Like, this became a DOS game all of a sudden.
Oh my gosh,
I remember doing this thing.
I love gradients. You may or may not believe it, but I use gradients all the time when designing graphics.
No, that's fine. It's just this feels like it belongs in like a DOS game from 1993, doesn't it?
Oh yeah,
maybe a little later. It feels like a
or
VGA,
Amiga. It could be Amiga
or Amiga, but like it doesn't feel like this doesn't feel like Super Nintendo aesthetic. But it really doesn't feel like, even if it was, the rest of the game doesn't feel like this. What happened? Like, okay, so this game is unfinished, right? Kaneko USA closed shop before this game was released.
Yeah.
So it never got it got shelved. So there were time constraints, but otherwise this game is it needed some polish, it needed some code changes. But the core design and the level design was done. So it feels odd to me. Like, these art assets look done. They just don't match.
Yeah, look at the level above Seth Highwind, okay? You've got nice bricks. Never mind. Stop looking at that now. Look at, any of the other three screens, right? Those look like Super Nintendo games. The level that Seth is on this, yeah, you're right. It's absolutely like Amiga, home PC, not Super Nintendo style. Oh, no!
Don Ravioli, it's not just Kaneko USA specifically.
Seth Highwind just sat on a judge.
Yes.
He did.
I mean,
yeah, this maybe win 95. I don't know. It does look like placeholder art, but then this stuff, like the courthouse here, looks fine.
The nuke went off, and
the nuke went off.
And Socks the
How
cat
kind of them
flew
to
into
subtitle.
space. This is a
subtitle.
morbid game.
Yeah.
Quite dark.
Yeah, as it turns out, game over, nuclear winter begins. Welcome to Socks the Cat Rocks the Hill. Like, this is almost, Samuel Beckett style,
It's a prequel to the apocalypse.
I was more gonna say like to the. This is a prequel to the play Endgame. Absolutely fantastic Beckett play. But yeah, as it turns out, everything that you're trying to do doesn't matter because you're a stupid cat. Sorry, nukes went off. Game over.
I feel like I should know
Game
more
over.
Samuel Beckett. I feel like I should get this reference. What else did he write? that I
Waiting
would
for
know?
Godot. You
Oh,
definitely
there
know
we-
Waiting
okay,
for
yep.
Endgame is a little bit more obscure, but I studied it in college. I love that one.
I know Waiting for Godot because I like absurdism.
Yeah, he's got plenty of absurdism, but yeah, Endgame, you should definitely give it a read sometime, or a watch if it's available somewhere. You will laugh and then feel depressed, and that's generally how Beckett goes.
Yeah, well, it's funny you say that. I remember when I was in high school, we did, of course, a lot of Shakespeare. It's a classic. And one of the things that our teacher pointed out was like, we're reading these, but really, in an ideal world, we would be watching these because they were not books, they were plays, right?
How about
And
in
you
an
sort of
ideal
lose
world, you
something.
could do both?
Well, yeah, and actually, when I was in grade 12, we for our end of year project, we put on a production of a play that we had to abridge ourselves and then produce a bunch of stuff. And we all had different roles like costuming and set design, and I did audio work for it.
Interesting.
It was really cool. I'm trying to remember what the name of the play was.
It's like, it was so cool. Can't remember.
This was a long time. This was like 10 years ago.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, can I name every
remember
play I was
the
in?
Plot. I remember the plot of the play, which is that this woman goes to sleep and wakes up in like a Shakespeare play. But I don't as one of the characters, but I don't remember what the name of the play is.
Was the whole play an isekai?
Yes.
Beautiful.
This was a well-respected play. I don't remember what the name of it is, but it's...
By the way, I feel like chat mentioned something that we should talk about since we're almost at the end of the match. Someone 325 is on the crappy DOS-looking level as well, and may actually pass where Seth Hywen made it. Seth definitely has the high water mark. Oh,
Close.
That's tragic.
Ooh.
oh no, it's not that bad.
Okay. At least it didn't try to put them back on the platform, though.
Ooh, 2 lives left.
You never know sometimes where the...
This is so... I don't know it. Was that more progress? Was it less?
It was a little further ahead. Just a few
I thought so too. Yeah, a little. It was because they got to the courthouse background, but a little further.
Yeah, we might
In the
need
courthouse.
to get some screenshots just to verify.
Yeah, people are saying the journalist was passed.
Oh, apparently we're
Oh,
tracking
man.
based on stage. Is that the instructions that you gave Tempestrel?
Stage, but like also progress in the stage. The stages are a little mazy, but they're not actual mazes. Like the path that people are going to take through them is going to be largely the same.
Okay, well,
So, yeah.
your referees do not know that, so...
What? I said that to the referees. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they asked for clarification before that, so maybe we got mixed up.
I'm sorry. I said track by stage completion. I suppose that is my fault for phrasing it in that way. Stage completion. No, you know what? Fair enough. That's my fault. I phrased it in my head. I was thinking one thing, and what I said was I did not phrase it in a way that was easily understood. That's my fault.
Yep, everybody, welcome to... the thing is, it's really important for us to establish rules and not change rules mid-match. So if that is what was stated and how it was interpreted, then that is what the referees need to go by.
No, and that's
Indeed.
fine. Look, if you... Again, that's fine. I'm not trying to change the rules mid-match. I didn't think I was.
No,
I get it. Fair enough. in my head, saying a track stage progress versus stage completion, in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the same thing.
I would
can see how
normally
that would
think
be
the same thing as well.
I can see how that would be interpreted differently. Fair enough. I'll be more careful next time. Unfortunately, that does sort of make the race a little less interesting.
Lesson learned, everybody. Lesson learned.
That does mean that Seth probably keeps their position in first place, if that's the case.
I believe so.
I believe so as well, yeah. if anybody else, like, we still have 5 minutes remaining. There is still a lot.
There's still a chance for people to get past there.
Buster just needs to kill Gerald Ford, and then we will see the DOS level again. Come on.
I'll be back.
Oh my gosh. His stupid jump up and rolling around. That's so annoying.
He's being Sonic the Hedgehog. He's even blue.
He's even, well, I mean, yeah, a little blue. I'm jamming out to the music. This is fun.
Silly as heck.
Yeah. Well, everybody, right now we are getting close to the end of the match. Less than 5 minutes left. Buster has a chance. If Buster can get to the next level and get to the boss, or at least clear that specific stage, then there is a chance for a lead change. And of course, our referees will consult each other to make sure that everything is understood about how they should, you know, we have them talking and making sure that they know who is in the lead, how much progress has been made. With that said, someone 3255 is currently on. Oh, is this the attack mode? Yep. There we go. Buster is through Gerald Ford onto the ugly DOS stage. This is fantastic. This is exactly what you want when you are this far into the tournament. When you are this far into the match, you want to be making new progress. You want to be having this push.
You want to be able to make as much progress as you can here within the life expectancy you have, because time's setting up, and of course you don't know if they're a lead or not. So you gotta give it all you got. We're just a bit of a blind jump there.
Yeah. Oh no, Seth! Fighting some mice. Buster, let's see. These moving platforms along with the slippery controls can cause some pretty severe problems here. Okay, bird getting whopped, mice getting whopped, die. You know, I'm glad that enemies usually don't take a whole lot of hits, but they're still given a lot of iframes if they have more than one hit. I feel like random enemies shouldn't have iframes, okay? Just, sure, Mega Man boss might make sense, but the Mega Man enemies usually don't have iframes. You hit them, and you can hit and hit and hit. Buster Curry, though, that is a game over. With a continue left, there is still a chance. You need to push. Buster does not know how far the other players have made it, and because of that, it is something that, you know, will need to be considered. You know, you just get back to where you were before and then make a little progress past that. That's what Buster should be trying. That might not be enough to move into first, but you're trying to do better than your own past. You're just trying to make that progress, you know?
Definitely taking a hurry. A minute left, and they're definitely trying to hustle.
Yeah. With 7 lives left, like, I don't know how long this stage is. There is a theoretical possibility that Buster can at least outdo their personal best. It might not change the lead order, but that is fine.
There's not much left once they reach the courthouse, usually, but it'll be tight.
Yeah. All right, well, here we are. We are at the end. That is time, everybody. Socks the cat, get out of here. I'm done with your crap. And that is time, everybody. Go ahead and throw your hands up in the air and enjoy some very calm hypnospace audio. No, I want to go to something that has more umph to it. Yeah, how about Wolverine for the NES? Perfect. Well, that is the end of the match. Now, everybody, we will say orders here. If for some reason things change based off of ref ruling, then that is something that will be changed later. But from my understanding, right, you know what? I want to welcome someone 325 and Seth Highwind both in because they both made it to about the same area. Seth made it there first, someone second. Let's go ahead and talk to both of them. If that's
People
cool.
in chat are saying that this was fun, which is interesting. That was not the experience I had with this game.
That was a good watch to see this one. All
Yeah,
the clipping that happening, all the characters.
Yeah, the thing is, like, a game doesn't necessarily have to be good to be enjoyable. And when it comes to Kusoge, like, everybody has different tastes, you know? Hey, someone, welcome in. And seriously, great job. We had you and Seth Highwind make it to about the same place, and we will have the refs reviewing exactly what needs to be reviewed in order for the decision to be made for who took the victory. Let me go ahead and bring Seth in as well. Hello there, Seth. Hey. Oh, I gotta crank you up. You are super quiet. Okay, there you go. Talk to me.
Talking now. This is the sound of a fox.
Hi.
Hello, boss.
You're very clear.
Well, now we know.
Awesome.
Hey, yeah, seriously, great job. Both of you made it to partway through the Supreme Court level. And right now, we believe that Seth is going to take the victory, though it may change depending on what the referees decide here. So talk to me a little bit about this game. What did you think of Socks the Cat?
I wish I would have picked up that you could have double jumped on the ropes earlier, because in stage 1-2, I sat there, I was like, okay,
Well,
I
you
have
can
no idea
double
how to
jump
get
on
across
them?
this gap. Yeah, I didn't know you had to like multiple tap to like get across that. And
Yeah, it took me like
randomly stumbled across it.
Yeah, I did that in the first stage, just trying to platform across, but I eventually got in like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you see,
Yeah,
I
didn't-
like
The
I
game
like
really didn't
dash jumped
explain
across
that.
those like initial gaps in 1-1 because I thought, oh, dash jump, I'll get greater height. Didn't think about trying to use the ropes to climb.
Gotcha. Okay, so it looks like we have the final positions outlined here with someone 325 coming in first, Seth Highwind
okay.
in second, Buster Curry in third, Lauracia fourth. So yeah, the main thing is that both of you got to the same level. Seth Highwind got there first, but someone 325, made just a tiny bit more progress. So we wanted to verify just to make sure that was correct. And that there were no other odd issues, because there were a couple odd issues with discussions that were happening. But that's why we have referees, to hammer out the issues and make sure that everything is done fairly. And I'm glad that we have you. Thank you so much, refs.
Yeah, I did kind of rush through that stage after finding the judges with the hammers. I just kind of tried to run through everything and it didn't really work out, but...
Yeah, I did the exact same because I'm like, well, I'm down to like 2 hits. There's no way I'm going to make this progress again. Yo, someone, congrats. Nicely done.
Yeah, thanks, but you
It
did
was
really
real
well too.
close.
Like, seriously, it was all... I'm not sure if it was, like, the same screen that you made it to, but, like, it was really, really close there. Now, yeah, the thing is, you talked about the double jump being something you wish you knew before, Seth. And that's one of the weird things with some games that, you know, you're just going to learn as you play. Someone325, what about you? How did you feel about the game's controls? Were there any things that you liked or that you hated about it?
I thought it controlled like well enough. Like it was a little bit slippery, but overall it was fine. It was just like the enemies are annoying to get by without getting hit sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And some
Yeah.
of the obstacles were a bit much.
Like, seriously, there are just so many things that deal damage constantly as you're playing the game. Just whop, 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 whop. Like, how are you going to deal with it? I mean, this game never got released, so they didn't have to get it in completely into a state where everything was going to work fine, you know? But
To be noted with the amount of clipping the two players here have gone through walls.
oh
Yeah,
my
I
gosh.
clipped through a wall and fell.
Oh, yeah, you mean the zip I found in the Federal Reserve that took me to the bottom of the stage? Yeah, that was grand.
Yeah. I mean, technically, I wouldn't call that a soft lock because if you waited 8 more minutes, then you would have gotten a game over. So that would have been a way to get out.
I think I made I'm sticking with my decision to have restarted because I wouldn't have the
sounds right.
patience to wait 8 minutes.
Luckily, when I clipped out of the stage, I just fell to my desk because it was like the second
Someone
stage.
just not do.
Yeah, actually, whatever. That's a soft lock with, like, yeah. But
Yeah.
you're not the only ones who have gone through walls in the game. I mean, Polk had to race this in a previous Kusogrand8, and
Yep.
yeah, let me just say that Polk also didn't enjoy those aspects of the game.
No, the floor and me just decided to enter each other here for a moment there. Just, yeah, where am I going? Why am I going nowhere? I got lucky enough to phase back out somehow, but no, that was a good 2-3 minutes of panic.
I love it. I love unreleased games. It's just so exciting to see what happens with it. Now, was there anything that you actually enjoyed about the game?
I actually enjoyed some of the stage design, and I kind of enjoyed the bosses. They were honestly fun for me. I think the Federal Reserve stage was really cool with this verticality, as well as I know it's supposed to be green dye, but the toxic sludge that's used to print the dollar bill is fantastic.
Now I feel real dumb because several people are now saying, "Oh, it's green dye," and I had to be told. I gave this game out twice, and I had to be told this time that it was green dye.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you pay attention, then you'd notice that it's green dye, but I also didn't pay attention and had to be told.
Yeah, it was just like
You're
green
welcome.
damage stuff to me.
Yeah, see? Someone325 played through it and didn't know that it was green dye. There. So you're saved, Tempest-Roll. Even people who have played the game extensively didn't know.
I'm also just a fan of like Sox's sprite work, their animations, the background loop when you beat a stage. I love this cat. He's so adorable. It's just I love it.
Yeah, like, I completely understand why the game didn't get released. Like, it definitely needed some more polish. There are some weird things about it, and maybe some things are a bit distasteful. Like, I can imagine literally anybody looking at it and thinking, you know, is it really right for Bill Clinton's cat to fight the mascot of the Democratic Party?
That is really funny.
Probably, I don't
Still,
It's so
I don't
good.
know.
the reviewers mentioned it when they reviewed the re-release, but also the company went under. Like for the original release, it didn't happen because the company literally went bankrupt. They got shut down.
Yep.
So it wasn't even like, oh well, we ran out of budget. It just didn't happen.
Yeah. So I have to ask, you know, I brought both of you in because I really wanted to see how everything went for you. You all did a great job, and I had a lot of fun. Someone, since you took the victory here, you go first. What are you doing? Are you streaming these days? Do you have exciting stuff going on for us, or are you mostly just playing for tournaments at this point?
Yeah, I'm not streaming too much right now. There is a mystery tournament top 8 in 2 weeks.
Oh, did you make it
That'll be
in?
fun. Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's so cool. Seriously,
Congrats.
great job.
Thank you.
Good luck when you go and duel there. You know, I'd love to... You know, I'd love for people from our community to go and possibly take the victory over there. Although I think you've been playing Mystery Tournament longer than you've been playing Kusogrand8.
I think I did Kusogrand8 first, and then I got referred over to mystery tournament.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, seriously, I'm excited for you. Go represent and kick some butt. Now, what about you, Seth? Are you streaming these days?
Yeah, I stream Mondays and Fridays. Mondays we're going through the Book of Mario hack of Paper Mario, where they took the Japanese script and ran it through Google Translate like 20 to 30 times.
Oh.
The script is hysterical and just gets me every single bit of dialogue. So actually having like Goombario to do tattle on the enemies as well as all the environments and characters has been super rewarding. And then Fridays, I'm continuing my Quest for Glory runs, where I'm in the middle of Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire, the fan-made VGA version, which people continue to call me a hero, even though I'm a thief, and I've already stolen from a guard as well as the weapon shop. I don't know why they think I'm a good hero,
You're
but
good.
here we are.
You're a hero, okay? Steal from everybody. Come on. Thieves can be heroes, right? Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Robin Hood, yeah? After all.
Yeah, my name's Robin Hood. Steal from rich, give to the rich. Wait, poor.
What?
I don't know. Whatever.
That's not supposed to be the case.
Yeah, whatever. I'm a different Robin Hood. All right. Well, thank you all so much. Polk, thank you for hopping in for commentary. Tempestral, thank you for giving this game. I had a blast. And let me tell you, when I'm the person who's having to drag the conversation back to the game, you know something special is happening. All right, well, all of you take care. We've got one more match, and I got to get over to that. So see y'all later. Take care.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later. I'm going to go walk directly into the ocean now.
No.
Bye.
Walk into my arms. Never mind. Whatever. Hey, everybody. Thank you again so much for all the support. Prism Ranger for some bits, as well as all of the subs from earlier. Again, this is my main gig, and it helps a lot. And when we get to the bracket, we have prizes to give out. I love to be able to give out prizes. Part of it is because of the support that y'all give. So thank you.